Barnes & Noble has been portrayed as a big bully that drove independent bookstores out of business. They are one of the largest retail bookstores in America. This was possible with their aggressive pricing tactics and good inventory of books. Today, Barnes & Noble is facing a huge challenge in the era of e-books. The internet has become an obstacle to this brick-and-mortar company. Therefore, Barnes & Noble decided to change their business model to adapt to the situation, as they did not want to suffer the same consequences as its competitors such as Borders, B. Dalton and Crown Books. Barnes & Noble now wants to style itself as a seller of e-books, devices to read them on, and apps that enhance customers' reading experience. Upon entering this new market, Barnes & Noble faced tough competition from tech titans such as Amazon, Apple and Google. For example, Amazon had a market capitalization of $98 billion, when Barnes & Noble only had $1 billion. With the development of the Nook, they managed to acquire market share from competitor companies, but have incurred steep cost and made a loss as a substantial amount of investment was required to launch and market the Nook. They then questioned if the Nook will eventually bring in the revenues and can the Nook help drive customers to the traditional stores. The problem was e-book sales were good, but traditional book sales were not. Customers buy 3 digital books for every 1 physical book. Unfortunately, their main source of revenue still came from the sale of physical books. They tried different ways to lure customers to visit the physical store using apps on the Nook, but nothing seemed to work. Publishers are doing anything they can to help Barnes & Noble with this dilemma because it affects them as well. At the same time, they were against Amazon replacing Barnes & Noble as Amazon was trying to cut out its publishers and publish books directly, selling books at a steep discount to drive sales of its Kindle devices. Fortunately, in 2013, Microsoft decided to invest $300 million for a 17.6% stake in a new company consisting of Barnes & Noble's Nook series. The deal would result in having the Nook application available in Microsoft's Windows 8 operating systems. This deal also includes additional points of distribution from Windows users all around the world. Barnes & Noble is also coming up with new and inventive ways to drive traffic into their physical stores. With the Nook, customers now can get free extras in many apps and games like Angry Birds. Also, it is creating a display space within its physical stores for its Nook devices. So, will they succeed in the e-books industry on top of having traditional stores?
Created using Powtoon.